today I'm gonna build Plants vs Zombies inside a theme park Tycoon 2. Now you might be wondering, why on earth am I doing this? Oh, actually it's because I did a stream a few days ago where whatever the chat said I had to build. And one of you guys said Plants vs Zombies, which if you don't know, one of my favorite games when I was a kid. I used to play that all the time, especially the Garden Warfare mode. Oh my days. And so I built just that. Oh, just a pea shooter. Now I've gotta say, I absolutely love how this turned out. Of course, this isn't the pea shooter from the mobile game. This is the pea shooter from Garden Warfare 1, which is my preferred version of Plants vs Zombies. And after building this, I actually thought, well, hang on, why don't we take this a step further and actually build the mobile map? Like all of this, everything you see here, why not let's just take this and put it inside Theme Park Tycoon 2. So let's not waste any more time and actually get straight to it. I'm gonna be using this pea shooter as a little bit of a guide. Let's just start it off over here. How many grid spaces is it apart? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is 9 across like this. And then we just have the grass texture and make it like a darker green, like this. And now as you can see, some patches of the grass, or the lawn I should say, that's what it's actually called, are darker, so you can actually see like there's some sort of like a grid pattern going on. Lovely, just like this. Now for the more interesting parts, we have the tiny bit of pavement, I guess, of the house, which this is actually where the lawnmowers will sit. Then there is actually like a sidewalk area right here, like another pavement area right there. And this pavement, I'm just going to call them pavements, does actually go up alongside the house like that. And there we go. I've noticed that there are actually cracks in the pavement, so I'm just going to add them by just coloring them a bit of a dark color like this. But I don't just do that because I do see that there are some like weeds growing out of one of the cracks, so I will just make some grass coming out of this crack right here. And then just to make it look a bit more detailed, because I do really want this to be like highly detailed. I'm loving this primitive at the moment. It is the triangular prism. This is very, very useful for a lot of things. Like in this scenario, I can make this look like a whole bunch of weeds and stuff coming out the ground. The lawn, it is higher, or is on like a higher level than the pavement. And then that means that I can use the triangular prisms to not only act as weeds, but act as the grass is growing over like this. If we just do a whole bunch of triangles at a whole bunch of different heights. I'm gonna trust the process on this one. Make sure that the color's the same, and I'm just gonna do this all around this lawn, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, there we go. I made it like the grass has grown all over the pavement, and I've also built all the cracks in the pavement with all the little weeds sticking out, and it's already looking so much better. So what I want to do now is actually build the fences that go along here. If you don't know, they're actually white fences that's going along the side of here, sort of act as a barrier, and they actually look pretty easy to build. They are literally just white, medium-ish sized fences, and now they're literally just built like this. We're gonna need some wedges. They are angled up on the sides like so. And yeah, that's one fence post. Sort of looks like a coffin, but it's not. If we just group this and just copy and paste a bunch of them, and we just gotta connect them all up with sets of wooden beams like this. There we go, pretty easy. But that's not all I want to do. That looks very basic. What I actually want to do is actually just go one by one, just tilting each and every individual plank, maybe like raising the height, changing everything there is, just to make them look more like they actually are like in the game, and just much more natural. I know they're fences and not like trees, but when do you ever just see fences like this? Wooden fences like this? No, they're much more like broken up and aged. Okay, that looks much more better. Now what I want to do is actually build the lawnmowers. If you haven't played Plants vs Zombies, the idea is, I hope you know this if you've watched this far into the video, you just gotta protect the house with plants from the wave of zombies that are coming from this side. And if the zombies reach the end, they will set off the lawnmower, killing all of them, but allowing them to enter the house. And if one enters the house, that's game over. So we gotta build that lawnmower. Now this is gonna be pretty tricky to build, but I mean, it's just a little tiny, like the base of it is like a dark gray. Of course, gonna need the cylinders for the wheels. We just need that little old box on the top like this. Okay, this is what I came up with. It's nothing crazy, it's just a lawnmower. And I mean, this is what I was basing it off of. It's literally just a few pixels. So I think this is pretty good. We just need to group it all together. Now if we just copy and paste it on each grid like this. Okay, I actually forgot to press record for the last few minutes. I can't remember what I've actually said and what I haven't said, but I'm now going to be building the house, and I'm going to work on this piece of wall right here. The little bricks at the bottom and this little window. I feel like the first thing that we should do is build the custom bricks at the bottom of the house. We got a yellow one, and we also have like a purplish one, like a sort of that color. I of course don't want them all to have the exact same color pattern, so let's just mix them up like so, like that. And we are of course going to actually rotate these around a bit to give them a sense of age and wear, like we did with the fences. And if we just copy and paste it on the other side as well, I actually like that, to be fair. Now there is actually like guttering going around this corner of the house, so let's just build that. Now for the window, we're just going to use, I'm actually going to use the glacier texture, wherever that is. Make sure it's like a light blue color like so. And then the border of it's gonna be like a yellow like that. I mean, it's a pretty simple window. It's just a 2 squared one like this. Okay, there we go. We've got quite a nice window. I actually really like the sand texture for the actual window part. And now we've got to make the little lantern that's on top of it. There we go, a simple lantern. Once again, that's my reference image. Literally a 7 pixels. And I think what I want to do now is hop into a little time lapse. Building up the rest of the house with all the little details around it, like the hose, the bushes, the little welcome mat. I'll see you when I've done that. Okay, this is what it's looking like. I'm actually really liking it, to be fair. Obviously not gonna build the entire house, just like the front-facing bit, the bit that you actually see. And then I just covered off this like alleyway of just a few trees acting as bushes, and again on this side as well. I really like how it's looking. We got the little hose made out of the new primitives, and there's just leaking water. And then you got the door, which was pretty difficult to build, sort of, mainly because of the arch. And I used the new curved cuboid primitives to try and like angle it off. I think it's done a pretty good job of that. We've got, I think this is another door over here. I wasn't sure if this was a garage or just like a little outhouse thing. I don't know, but it looks to be a door. But whatever it is, it looks like pretty similar at this angle. And yeah, look at this. I absolutely love this. You can tell what it is straight off the bat. But can we actually add our pea shooter in? We can! Oh my days, we can actually add our pea shooter in. Look at that. But we of course need the pea shooter to be shooting something. So what I want to build is the zombie, the Plants vs. Zombie. I don't know how it will look, but let's just go with it. So this is my pea shooter. If you want to see how I built this, then go check out this stream in the link in the description. And the little trick that I used to build it, which is what I'm going to do for this zombie, so I can get as much detail as I can, is I just painted a little like checker pattern right here, just a 2x2 like this, and then I just built the pea shooter in the middle of it, because if you don't know how the item limit works, there's a max item limit thingamabobberoonie per grid. So if you build it in the middle of 4, it's basically like quadrupling the amount of primitives you can have on your build. I think that's how it works. Maybe something along those lines. But it allowed me to get all this detail into the pea shooter. So I'm just gonna try the same thing here. I got this method, by the way, from Kizy. I just saw them doing this during my Torrent Park streams. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it out for this. Let's just start off with the shoes. Okay, I think something like this looks alright. Let's just make sure there's 2 of them. Now I just need to build the actual legs, which are luckily just literally just like bones. Something like that. Now the rest of both legs are just ripped trouser parts like this. I'm gonna do that now. Okay, something like that should hopefully be good. Now what is next is the torso, the suit. And now I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, actually. So bear with me with this. Okay, don't ask me what this is, but I think it looks alright. We got the jacket, we got the shirt, we got the tie. That's a suit, right? Let's just go with the arms next. Hopefully when we finish this, or bring it all together, it won't look so odd. I'm not great at building humanoid figures, so I do apologize. Okay, there we go, and now it's time to build the hands. This is gonna be a pain. Okay, that wasn't even that hard, to be fair. What I did is I just yoinked the hands from this guy. This is Sebastian from Pressure. Once again, I built him on a stream, and I did submit this guy to the workshop, so you can get Sebastian in your park. As you can see, I yoinked his hands and just put it on the zombie instead. I think it's not looking too bad, to be fair. And now it's time to build the head. This is probably going to be the hardest part, but we shall see. I actually don't know what terrifying creature I've just made, but that is not a zombie. I'm going to have to try and rework this. Oh my days, how has everything gone so smoothly until this point? I can't seem to build the head. Okay, I just did the 1000 IQ play here, and I just didn't build a head. In fact, this is what a zombie looks like when a pea shooter kills it. Beheaded, basically. In other words, I do not need to build the head. But this is what it looks like. I really like it. I just can't figure out the head at all. Maybe I'll save that for later. But let's whack it on our lawn. Right there. Oh, look at that. And you know what? Let's also just place a few peas from the pea shooter just like that. And there we go. There we have it. I absolutely love how this turned out. Especially the pea shooter and the zombie. You got the lawn, the house. Let me know what you thought of this down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And hey, I built Lumber Tycoon 2 and Theme Park Tycoon 2. Now Plants vs. Zombies. What would you guys like to see next? Thanks so much for watching, and yes, see you!